If you're listening to this right now, then that means this podcast is now available on Audiomack. It's a free music and podcast streaming app that lets you stream and download the hottest albums, mixtapes, songs, playlists, and podcasts, along with their own exclusive shit. Discover the best songs by browsing the trending page, check out the library of carefully curated playlists, and there's one for every mood that you could have. Take your favorite songs and podcasts offline to save your data and listen wherever you are. The train, the plane, it's all there for you. Here to move music forward. Available now on the App Store and Google Play. Enjoy the show. Hey everybody, this is Wheezy, and today's episode is super fucking important for a few reasons. So I feel like every time I'm out and about, someone will tell me they know me and congratulate me, and they'll tell me they don't listen, especially like men, because they don't agree with what we talk about. And, you know, I've actually had a guy like last night say to me at Maxfish, y'all be on that like feminist shit. I don't be on that shit like that. So if you've maybe felt that way or you're confused about feminism, today's for you. Today is for breaking down whatever bullshit you thought feminism was. Feminism is the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of, you know, equality of the sexes. And it's not the idea that like TV and society has made where like bitches are hella butch or hating men or lifting up their skirts to show a bush like them white girls was doing on TV. I don't know if y'all saw that shit, but they were wilding. I don't have one of those. I don't actually have hair on my pussy as an act of feminism, but I am a feminist, and all of those things don't define me. So I don't want you guys to think that that bullshit standard that, you know, has like propaganda has made around feminism is what we are, you know? So during this hour, we're going to break some of those myths down and basically teach you how to make this world a better place if you have a pussy, if you're friends with someone with a pussy, if you fuck pussy, and if you came out of one. So
everybody came out of pussy. Well, that was a really nice prelude to the show.
Wait, everyone didn't come out of pussy. I came out of a stomach now that I thought about it.
You're so annoying. Why do you fucking gotta... Well, same shit.
I was thinking about
you came out of a woman's stomach. Mm-hmm. Well, if you was in a womb, bitch. If you was in a womb.
Listen, that pussy got fucked, and that's why I'm here.
So yeah, I'm excited about this week's episode, guys. Once again, this is Whoreible Decisions. I'm your girl, Mandy B.
I'm Wheezy.
And we do have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful guest today. Before we get started, though, I did want to just open up really... just shortly about what's been going on with me. This is going to be, I know we got a lot to go through, but as you guys saw on Instagram, and it meant a lot to me, I have been going through anxiety more than I have ever been. As you guys know, I'm quitting my job soon. And so I think like the closer that I get to leaving my job, look, see, I can't even talk about this, bro. It's so bad.
Oh, I feel so bad for you.
No, it's really bad. But I did want to bring this on air because it meant a lot to me. I made a post about my anxiety and what's been going on, and it's not only with my job but even with my weight. I'm having Patreon. A thing now. But I asked you guys to send me some books on how to deal with this. I've never had anxiety in my whole life. I've quit jobs like nothing. I always felt like I can get like somebody. I just always felt things would fall into place, and I don't know why now at a space where I am in the best place of my life, why I have this much anxiety.
People are scared to fail when they do well.
I'm so scared, but of that, and I like I said, my weight. I'm now wanting to lose more. Like I'm just having a lot of anxiety about everything in my life. But I wrote a lot of books. I wrote to ask about books. Look, this is how like I'm so flustered. Like I'm getting hot talking about this. I'm trying not to cry. But Wheezy, I guess saw that I was requesting these. Saw my post about my anxiety, and I got home yesterday to a book in my mailbox. And it was The 4 Agreements, which is a book that a lot of people said that I should read. And it was one that I was going to purchase. And literally I went on live and was like, which one of my friends did this? So I hit my homegirl Jazz, I hit my mama, I hit everybody. I didn't think it was your whole ass because we haven't been in a good space. But I called her yesterday after receiving it. And it just really meant a lot, like to have received that. For any of you guys going through anxiety, if you guys have any advice or suggestions.
They're gonna say therapy. It would be great. But I think Mandy wants anything else. Like
everything but. So I'm reading books. I'm doing that, and so
the reason I got you that book, and like right. So Mandy and I we were arguing this week. We're like just
for the last 2-3 weeks.
Well, we're trying to like figure out. You know, we're both about to quit. So like delegating how this will work is And we are both really perfectionists. You know, I didn't even realize until my therapist said it to me. He's like, both of you have curated a tour alone. Like, you're literally telling me your friends are checking people in, but you've sold out in all these cities, 12 shows. Like, how?
13.
And 13, I bet. He's like, how can you not expect to feel so much ownership when it comes to now having a team? You let power go, and you guys have held all your power. And so now you're going to butt heads because you both care about this brand so much. So, like, you know, I really wanted to send the book because I feel like when I'm angry with my friends, I'll be like, bitch, ugh, like, if you call me, I'm here. Right? And me and Mandy may not be besties, but we still have this business, and I don't want your headspace to be fucked up or you be anxious about this business.
Bad. Like, literally, I call her crying, and she was like, damn, so who the emo hoe now? I'm like, bitch, I've been crying every day, and I don't know why. Like, I was literally fucking watching TV. Bitch, I was watching Real Housewives of Potomac, and bitch, the first 5 minutes I'm just watching and my eyes are just getting water just watching fucking Real Housewives.
Are you pregnant?
No, bitch. Oh. First off, a bitch can't even get dick right now, okay? Because I keep missing my dick appointment.
Maybe turn hers up.
Look am I pregnant? Don't you dare. And if I was, I'm pro-choice. That shit is coming out. She said I was pro-choice.
And again, the feminism episode.
We got an episode coming up on
that. But I mean, the thing is, like, even when fighting, I think that you and I haven't done this because, like, we're so... This is so much about our personalities and our chemistry. So it is hard to fight and do an episode and it come out good. I'm like, okay, well, what's a gesture to show somebody? Like, I know that we're not agreeing on one thing right now, like professional shit, but like this relationship should still be okay. And that's what I'm like basically trying to do with the future of us.
Right.
When we argue, really make it just that work shit, but not get angry with Mandy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm mad about how Mandy wants something done, but I can't be mad at you. Like, it's just, we're disagreeing on a work project. I've done it my whole life with working, right? So it's like, why do we get so personal? And I'm like really trying my best to like separate that.
I love that you're trying to separate that, bitch.
My therapist also is so
good because, bitch, I be trying to be all business. I just wrote her an email on Strictly Business. She wrote me back 40 paragraphs and everything started with, I feel like, and I'm like, man, but we just trying to talk about business and you bringing in our relationship. I just want to talk about business right now. So there is like,
I feel like
the trying to find that line.
I like it. I'm taking it all in.
So here's the thing, like, I'm super
emotional.
And I feel like, see, Mandy.
Okay, I hate to be that person, but what are your signs?
Girl, we didn't. I'm not gonna do this. We didn't did a whole goddamn.
I'm sure you have, but
she's a Pisces. I'm a Libra.
Okay.
Why? What were you thinking in your head? Your head looks like
I just wanted to see because that helped me a little bit.
Does it?
But like. For me, I want her to understand because, like, yeah, I want our business to work, but you have to remember, like, my feelings are super invested in a lot of this shit, right? So
to me, I'll be like, bitch, get them shits out.
But if my feelings aren't good with her, I can't do business. Like, if I walk into the office and someone cops an attitude with me, fucking done. It ruins everything.
And see, to me, I've learned, like, if we have a common goal at work, and I've played sports my whole life as well, so there's been people that I hate playing basketball with, or I did the relay on track, and so there's all these relationships that I've had to where, my nigga, once we have something to come to, like, let's just talk about that, take your personal shit out of it, and I've always taken personal shit out of things.
But if we just did a job and didn't have to interact, that's different.
But it's why I could have sex and still not become emotional.
I've never had a job like this. Me and you, if we don't click, our shit doesn't work, period.
Because you be in your feelings.
No, you be coming attitude, bitch.
Okay, anyway, let's talk about feminism. So we have a wonderful mind. Are you straight? Because I don't want to hit on you and make you feel uncomfortable, but you're beautiful. Y'all, our guests, if you listen, I know y'all be listening to us. Y'all gotta watch this whole. Not hoe. You're not a hoe. Sorry. But
y'all are not gonna treat me like bell hooks right now. Okay, like
I'm here. Beautiful. So we have a guest in the studio, guys. Her name is Marzy. Can you go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi, Mars Lovejoy. Yeah. I think I was thinking about this in the shower. I was like, they're gonna have me try to introduce myself, tell about myself.
Can I be honest with you?
So
Mandy asked me, like,
I said, who is she?
And I'm like, yo, I don't know. I just know she's feminist as fuck. I loved her wedding pictures.
She's lying. This is
breastfeeding. Rihanna follows her.
That's all she said.
We are having this.
That's literally what she said. I said, who is she? She's like, well, Rihanna follows her. So she's like, that's why she got to come on the show.
You know what it is though? Like, it's funny when you find someone who's like, it ain't like you have millions of followers or anything, right? But that like all these industry people follow and you're super chill and there's not like, you're not a singer, you're not an actor, so you're, right?
Well.
Look, she does everything, bitch.
Well, we don't know.
Yeah. So tell us, what do you do or why are you known? Because you do have a blue check, right?
Come again?
Do you have a blue check?
No.
No, that's not a blue check. No. Okay. So what is it that you do?
I don't think they want me to have a blue check.
Say that shit.
But what are you gonna have one for, bitch? That's the thing.
Well, I do. So I started, when I graduated high school, I started doing music and I was like full force doing like rapping, singing.
For real?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
So I had a little music like moment. I like opened for Erica, Wu-Tang.
That's not a little music
Right,
moment.
that's not a little music moment.
It was popping, but then I quickly realized like I had to really, and I was young, I was like 18, 19, and like being that young around a whole bunch of men, grown men who have been in this music industry for a long time, like trying to make me like a sex symbol, and I wasn't there at that. Like I was like super tomboy, like I was looking up to like Left Eye and Missy Elliott, you know, like I was on that
that's iconic,
vibe.
right?
So it just, I had to learn a lot through that, but in that, like all of my friends were making music, and I knew that eventually my friends were gonna blow up and like be superstars,
like
and
Rihanna, apparently, right?
not Riri, but
Oh, you know the nickname came out.
I hate you.
You bought the shoes, the $700 shoes.
But so that's how I started, and then I was acting, and so a lot of people know me from that, and then just like being.
But you're in every fucking fashion week, so like. Now, are you work for a magazine, right?
So my husband has Office Magazine,
Dope.
and like I help with that, but yeah, so I've been, and I grew up modeling, like being like a child model and stuff like that. So I've been in this kind of industry, and I think, that's why. And
I'm sorry. No. The creative industry, like you can keep going with more shit.
But I'm also just really glad that you've kind of had that in the industry, because with talking about feminism and being in the space where we're at now with the Me Too movement and Time's Up and all of that thing, and all of the people in the industry coming out and saying how women are treated and what is expected of women at these young ages from the girl groups and all of that. So you kind of have an in that. So I'm excited to kind of even touch on that. Do you want...
Yeah, I only have a few more questions. I want to know, I honestly would stan you and your man, like for at least when did you get married? A year ago?
We got married October 2017.
Damn, I've been fucking following you that long?
Okay.
Yo, y'all wedding was crazy. You had a cage on your face and shit, bitch. That shit was fly as fuck. I was like, yo. And he got the little year-old look. I stand for little pink
he's
dick.
white? Okay.
So I wanted to discuss, so you met your husband. You seem very pro-black.
I am very pro-black.
Yeah, but I don't know you, right? So you seemed very pro-black from your Instagram. I'm watching. And then I was like, oh shit, but your man's fine as fuck. They get married. It's this dope-ass wedding. Like, how's it been for you with interracial relationship? Like, have you had one before?
Not real. Like, I fucked around with some white boys in the past before, but not really. Like Filipino, Latino, black, like that. I never had a real white man.
So I kind of want to dig into, not dig into it too much, but so I had this, I was a part of this conversation on the Grapevine, and it was about kind of people who are pro-black, like the Childish Gambino and all these people, and then you are
people
with
ask me that all the time.
You are with someone who's white. Does how does that work? Like I can't imagine myself as being someone who's pro-black and I'm all here for my kings, and then I marry a white man. And I think the same with Childish Gambino. You do everything for the black community. The same with who's Jordan Peele. All of these people are so pro-black, and then you're with a fucking white woman. And in your case, how does that work and why? I don't understand.
I think first of all, it's transparency. Okay. I think, for me, I'm not trying to hide anything, and I didn't, like even Virgil, you know, like there's these men who like these black men who like it kind of seems like they're like hiding their partners in a sense,
right?
Like, their white partners, and so that's one thing. But also like, as a black woman, just my history and like our history of like being like, you know, even going back from ancestry and like, you know, being brought here to this country and like being told what we can and can't do and how we can use our bodies and when we can use our bodies and all of, and just like being in that space, like for a black woman, like I feel like I can do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Say that
and
shit.
like, and whoever I love and whoever I choose to love and whoever I'm with, like that, like now y'all are giving my husband power, like, oh, she can't be pro-black because of this person.
I like
and
that.
Like, and so like, and I feel like, damn, like here I am doing work in my community. Here I am being transparent. Here I am speaking about all of these things. Yet y'all are basing me off of who I'm with.
Right.
And that to me is not pro-black.
Say that shit. Okay.
So I've had a lot of time to think about those things, but also like I never thought I was gonna like be with a white man. Like I always
never thought I was gonna fuck a white dude.
If I end up with one, I'll be shocked.
And I always like the way I envision my children, like my mom and dad are black, like the way I envision my children are, you know, I was gonna have a little brown baby, like so like that, you know, but also I was in a space, like, and it's so crazy to be in an engine room because, like, before I met my husband, I was dating Prodigy. And, like, this was his main, this is where he works out of.
Everybody work up out of here.
Yeah. She was like, what?
Yeah.
And so, like, I was in a space where, like, you know, I've tried, like I've had these, like dated women, dated men, like different races. Like I never even been that type of person to like really trip on, like like you could line all the people up, like their sex, like their gender is different, they look different, like it's all different.
I wish I was like that.
Do you identify as bi or queer?
My homegirl just says all my niggas, like they put 2.0, 3.0. They're like, all these niggas are brothers. Like all the guys I deal with look alike.
Word.
Like I have a type. So
And
like
that's fine.
to hear that you're able to like say like, listen, none of
There's
these people,
nothing
like,
wrong
they
with having
look
a
like-
type, though. I don't think.
No,
Like,
I don't think so either.
I mean, I think when it's a fetish, like, you know, that's
don't
a bad
fetish
thing.
that,
But
nah.
I mean, I don't have a type. Well, my type ain't really color, but they kind of are the same.
Right.
I like creative dudes. I like tall dudes.
Yeah.
I like tattoos. I like woke niggas. I love when they're like, yo, I'm on my feminist shit too.
Yeah.
That's always been my, like, white or black, they're always kind of the same.
Okay.
You know?
Nope, my niggas are different.
I feel like,
Except they look
but I feel like when it becomes toxic to you and you're just resisting against it, kind of like that quote that you brought up, you know, like pretending to be happy in these spaces. Like,
Yeah.
I think I was at a time I had one of my best closest friends had passed away, and then like I was dating Simon, and I was like, nah, I'm not doing anything. Like my whole life just changed. But he was like, nah, I'm gonna stick around. And I think like being able to receive love, like whenever it comes, however it comes, I think that is really important. And I think, you know, a lot of people kind of like you said, like you have this idea of what love looks like in your mind. And if it doesn't pan out like that, if you keep on trying to force it to be like that, then you're not going to be happy.
I really like that, what you just said, because someone said to me once, like, recently, with I'm dating two people, right? Throuple-esque kind of relationship going on. And she was like, well, if it doesn't work out, like, then maybe it proves that thruples aren't successful. And I was like, what? Like, I've had broken up with people and I've considered them successful relationships. Not every ending, I've had successful jobs that I've ended. You know, like, not every ending means that it failed. You know, like, I am happy with the love I'm receiving right now. If it ends up growing into something cool, if it doesn't, cool. Like, I'm really a fan of believing, like, things just happen the way they're supposed to. And what you were saying about people have an idea of marriage, I'm curious to know, because you were like, I told him, nah. Was it casual? Like, how did it start?
How did us dating start?
Yeah, like, do you feel like you knew when you knew?
No.
Really?
I was like, this will be a little summer fling or something. Like, I wasn't looking for
Because y'all look in
somebody.
love as fuck.
And we are. We are.
I believe you.
It's real. So, but you know, I was dating Prodigy, and like we had a great, like we were friends before, and we had a great, like, it was one of those like really fiery, passionate, this is amazing, but then we crash and burn type relationship, you know? And so I was coming off of that. 2016 like was a horrible year for me personally. Like I lost a lot of people. My grandfather died. One of my best friends died. Like, so I was in this space where I was like, fuck everybody, fuck everything.
Y'all got married a year later?
We pretty much like, we're like, okay, we're boyfriend and girlfriend now. October 2016. He proposed April 2017.
Damn, bitch.
I got pregnant. I got pregnant like end of August, and then that October we got married, and then that next April we had the baby.
Wow.
Fuck.
It happens that fast? Where my nigga at?
I'm saying,
I
bitch.
fall in love.
You been telling Bobby no?
Oh, no, that's gonna stay. I'm sorry. I don't actually have a Bobby at all. Like, I don't have...
No, I'm saying Bobby like white men.
No, that's what I'm saying. I have no white men, even in the... I mean... Not even mixed with white. I don't have nothing white
and neither
around
did
me.
I. Like,
Really?
we met at a party. Like, we met at one of his parties that my black homeboy invited. Like, you know, so it wasn't...
Oh, wow.
Like,
Well, I am going to
I ain't gonna lie
today.
though. You got a very good, like, if no one's ever been with a white guy, like, he's like the perfect looking one. Like, he's tatted, you know, he got the short haircut. So you like, okay.
And not for nothing, he's Danish, and
I was gonna say he's got a
and
very
it's
Euro look.
he's very Euro, and like I'm not like I know my history, and I'm not like excusing anything, but like white American
Oh my
men,
God, yo.
it's different. Like the way he
don't
was
believe me when I
raised,
say this.
the
I
way
have not
he
fucked
was
a white man.
raised
Yeah.
is different.
It's totally different.
I don't know. I'm out of this
So like
loop
fucking
here.
white American dudes, and this is the funny thing when people come for me, right? And they be like, "I can't believe you be fucking these white boys." I'm like, "I'm not fucking these white boys. I'm really not, bruh. I'm just not. I can't do it."
So we're actually going to go a little bit like... Let's do the vanilla shit after, because the kink of the week that we actually found has to do with this type of shit, this interracial shit. Weezy found it's called Queen of Spades.
Okay.
So for all you white women listening, listen up, all 27 of you. Typically, Queen of Spades is a married white woman that enjoys sex with multiple, 2 or more, well-hung black males at a time on a frequent basis. The woman is typically a swinger and engages in sex with the permission of her husband. The wife may maintain 1 or more steady lovers and refer to them as her boyfriend, her bull, or that she is black owned. Frequently, the husband and wife will film the wife's escapades for future enjoyment.
So we've watched like it'll be like BBC cuckolding. I don't mean we've watched. I'm just saying like
Yeah, 'cause I don't be watching porn with her.
We know about it like that, right? We know about cuckolding, but I have never heard of this Queen of
I
Spades
didn't know
shit. And people tatted on them, bro. Like
They have Queen of Spades tatted on them?
You type in Queen of Spades. There's a Spades tattoo on the.
Yeah?
You heard that? I've never heard this shit. It's on their leg. It's on their pussy. Like it's somewhere. So. I was reading this hilarious thread on Reddit about the funniest porn comments. And one of them had to do with the Queen of Spades hat. And I'm like, oh, what is that? And so then I Googled it, and that's how I found the shit.
Wow.
That is crazy.
You know, I just
now,
want
let
to
me
say,
ask you,
people
is that,
make
is
a
that,
lot of
that,
comments
you
when
feel
we
like
first started this show, and they were
About
like,
what?
you guys are going to run out of shit to talk about. Nigga, there's no way. Literally, when she
we're
leaves
halfway
here.
through the hundreds right now, and we're still like, I sent her a video. We're gonna do it on another episode, but I'm not gonna lie. That's why I went to try to find another kink, because I was like, this is too soft for us to do the kink that I sent you today. I was like, we're not gonna bring this up in the middle of
She ain't soft.
Why?
Yeah, I know, but it's a mess.
Bro,
I'll
it's
send you the
wild.
video. I'll send you the video. I'll send you the video. It's a little wild. But no, so when she sent me the Queen of Spades thing, I was like, here's my question to you though, because we've talked about this often. Do you feel like it's a fetishism of the blackness by the husband or the wife, or both?
Both, bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh.
That's disgusting.
Don't
Queen of Spades,
do not
you tatted
sit here
to let
and-
niggas know that you like
you're
black
kink
men.
shaming. You're kink shaming.
I'm kink shaming when it comes into race play. I think that shit is disgusting.
So what's crazy is so I went 2 years ago to Hedonism. It's a resort in Jamaica, and I talk about, and I've mentioned this before, there was a piano night. So on the piano night, everyone like sits around the piano, and the guy on the piano just starts freestyling these songs about the people who are in the audience. And it's really fun. It's fucking funny as shit. And so he asked questions to the different couples sitting around, and there was this older couple. It was a white man and a white woman. And so he asks for the purse to go and see what's in her little clutch. In her clutch, there's condoms. So they weren't magnums. They were just like regular condoms. And so the piano guy was like, oh, she must not, like, goes to talk about the size of him. And the husband immediately said, oh, those condoms aren't for me. They're for her. And they literally go into a conversation saying, we're in Jamaica. We know what we're looking for. They wanted a black guy, like, to join the room with them. And me and my friends looked at each other like, and he said it so confidently in front of all these other couples, but was like, oh no, these condoms are for her. And it's because we're in Jamaica. What do you think we're looking for? Wow. And they literally came to Jamaica for black men to fuck his wife.
Bro.
And it was just like, like she said, and they said it all open, and she was like, yeah, so if anyone, and we all just looked at them, like me and my friends looked at each other like, this is kind of weird. Like, they're literally saying they're here to search for a black mandingo. And I was just like, damn. And they said it just so confidently.
Dog, that shit really pisses me off. That's
really crazy.
That's why, more than you know.
You hate when I say BBC.
But it's not like, I know you like niggas, but like the BBC shit, I've never seen really with like black people to get like, I don't know.
I do like big black cocks though. Like, I don't like little black cocks. I like the big ones. I'm just saying. Not all black cocks are.
You don't even like say cock.
I don't. That's why you just bringing up
so
BBC,
stop.
bitch. Okay, my bad.
So you want that dick?
I do want that dick. You have to eliminate the C and K.
How do we know that dicks are big when we say it like that?
It's just that dick.
How do we know dicks are big when we say it like that? Because like we say it, and our friends know what I mean. Like, did you fuck last night? Bitch, he had that dick.
Yeah. Like, that's when you know it was like good. So if your dick is not referred to,
who's better than us? Yo, black people are the best.
If there is not, if there's a C and K added at the end,
like,
or
what do white girls do when they want to say that?
They can't say dude.
Holy fuck.
See, look, you already know.
It? What? I don't
They call
know.
it an it. They got a cock. Cock.
No, that ain't cool.
That ain't cool. That don't sound as good. It doesn't. So, what's our vanilla shit this week? So, our vanilla shit, for those of you who don't know, is our sex in the news conversation. Just so y'all know, we be doing research or whatever, but want y'all to know that sex is everywhere around us. Whether it's someone, who got locked up, or even if we dig into the politics of it.
I'm so sorry. I sent this as an attachment.
I know, so you can't fucking click on the link. That's why I said, bitch, what's the goddamn kink of the week? Look. See, this is what happens when she produces. No,
oh my God, stop. Don't put the pressure on me. Okay, so I've been like writing a lot, which is why I'm using like my computer, and I just didn't realize that like I couldn't click on it from here. Yeah. Do you see why our outlines are like so long now?
Oh,
bitch,
so you know, copy paste. That
shit's great. Okay, so I found this article mainly because I heard this rumor that this dude sued this chick to get his money back from like not splitting a date, and it was real.
Wait. He sued her?
A Texas man.
She's like, nah.
Texas
sues a woman for texting during a first date and explains his lawsuit. Tuesday afternoon, there was big news about a small lawsuit. Brandon Vesmar filed a suit against a woman who he met on Bumble, alleging she had text during the date, and she owed him the ticket price of $17.31.
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Psycho.
No, he's psycho.
Yeah, the story has largely been treated as a quirky case of a person attempting to correct bad behavior through unusual means. The woman said, I had a very brief date with Brandon that I chose to end prematurely. His behavior made me extremely uncomfortable, and I felt I needed to remove myself from the situation for my own safety. He had escalated the situation far past what any mentally healthy person would. I feel sorry I hurt his feelings bad enough that he needed to commit so much time and effort into seeking revenge. I hope one day he can move past this.
But small claims,
$17.31.
Right, but no, what was
Judge
his?
Judy will be pissed.
But that's no, for sure. But not only that, like, how much does court fees cost for that? Like, you're going above the $17 for court fees.
Like, I don't know.
I do taxes, and we be having to call for notices and shit. I be mad as fuck.
You do taxes?
Girl,
I used
yes.
to do taxes.
Girl, I do taxes.
What do you not do?
I do taxes for hedge funds. And so we get like notices from different states. I'm on the state and local side. And so we'll get a notice for like $23.17, and the client will have us call for it. And I'm like, our chargeable hours are like $200 an hour just for an accountant. So it's just like, you're spending $200 an hour for me to call a state about a $20 notice. Bitch, if you don't just pay that shit. Yeah. So for him to just not take a goddamn $17 loss.
First of all,
but she's lucky she didn't die.
He said,
honestly,
he describes it as the date from hell. He said that he didn't think his companion had a particularly bad time. I didn't know that this was a bad date for her. I think that this was probably a really great date for her. I was really nice. She seemed to be having a great time until the point where I asked her to stop texting. I bought her pizza, drove her car. I thought this was fun, a nice date.
He drove her car?
Her car?
I don't know. That's what it says. Drove her car. I don't know why. Maybe it's mistyped. This was a nice, fun date. I wasn't actually interested in seeing her again very early on, but she was nice and the conversation was light. I feel comfortable to continue the date. I don't think this was a bad experience for her. I think this was a bad experience for me. I think what's a bad experience for her at this point is her being responsible for her behavior. He's saying that basically it was inappropriate for her to text during the movie.
So I'm not gonna lie,
Wait, during a movie?
During a movie. But so here's the thing with this.
That's the money he wanted back.
He said that.
I mean, it is like, no, you don't text during a movie.
Bitch, I have a business. I will.
On a date, though?
I agree with
on
not
a date.
texting.
I will. No, I don't give a fuck.
I don't agree with him, but like, if you go to a movie, like...
Nah, I'll be right
And
with
what
you.
if the movie was bad? You saw Guardians of the Galaxy. I probably would text during that too. I don't know what the fuck that is. But it sounds like I'm going to text during
Well,
it.
then let's go to a movie that we both like that we're not going to be texting at.
Honestly, I am just like really surprised that you can't understand why texting would be bad during a date.
But that's not during a date. That's during a movie.
But during a movie is not a date.
Psycho,
like if we're having a conversation, if we're having a conversation over dinner and we're talking, and then I look on my phone,
should ask for the pizza
that
money
is
back.
rude. But if we're in a movie, we're watching the screen, we're not talking. I'm going to, bitch. Let me check my email because the bitch is busy. I need to see if my check's
movie theater though.
Yeah. What's going on?
I gotta take a little break. I don't feel good.
Interrupting you with an important message from our sponsor today, True & Company. The amazing fucking bra Mandy and I have been telling you about. I actually am wearing it in one of my new pictures on Instagram. It's like a little black bra. So I'll be real with you. I'm not a bra fan, but this shit is so light. I just can't really tell I have it on. People thought it was like a sports bra almost because of the way it fit me, the material, and my titties looking juicy, you know what I'm saying? You won't believe how good it looks. Seriously, it's like a buttery soft fabric. It smooths you out in all the right places. And what's game-changing is that it comes in 70 wire-free options. I was wearing a V-neck one in black, but honestly, you'll want them all. They come in scoop neck, convertible straps, all that shit. They've sold over 500,000 of the original True Body bras. I would love for you guys to try it and tell me what you think. You can use our code, Whoreible. Save 15%. Go online, trueandco.com/Whoreible. Enter our code for 15% off. Free and easy returns. You're gonna love it. Send us a picture of your titties in it.
So as we've said a lot in the beginning, we are going to get into kind of feminism and what it means. If you guys have not checked it out, I was recently on the Red Pill podcast with Van Lathan, and he got into kind of a conversation about patriarchy, feminism, and being courted. And I did a deep dive into why I feel like I can still be feminist and expect a guy to pay for things.
I had one thing that I think you didn't say.
What did I miss?
Well.
What did I miss?
You said I still believe in the patriarchy a little bit. And I think the confusion with that is being courted is not a patriarchal thing. I've been with women and they've courted me and I've courted women. And taking charge or being assertive, we gotta break, that's not patriarchal thing, right? Like, you just enjoy someone doing those things for you. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you believe in the patriarchy. So I think that's a very big confusion with that.
So, but it's not. Because I still do. Because I still believe, which is odd, and I know it can go both ways, but if I expect certain roles from a man, such as paying the bills, such as being the provider, such as all of the things that I talked about, I still also believe that as a woman, I still want to do the woman roles, I guess, the female gender roles of cleaning, of doing the dishes, and being kind of submissive to my man in those aspects of the house, because I expect for him to be the man of the house. So I still kind of do feel like, as a woman, even though I'm feminist, even though I'm independent, even though I have all my own money and blah, 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 I still believe there are certain roles that as a woman I want to do. And that's why we kind of got into the argument when we had
feminism is also your choice, but
yeah,
I do think for me, I don't believe in that the patriarchy should stay. I think that it's really fucked us over with work. Like, I mean, how many times do we walk in a fucking office building and you count the women in the room? Or even when I get hired at a new job, I'm like, oh, there's a girl here. Like, the patriarchy has really fucked us up. Not only, like, for our personal money, but, like, just the livelihood and sanctity of our bodies with, you know, them making decisions over us. So that's why I feel like I can't say I really believe in it anymore. But I know that I do appreciate a masculine energy, right? So whether that means being assertive and them doing certain things for me, possibly, but I don't want to use those words because I feel like it mean they have a greater meaning. I don't know. What are you thinking when you're listening to this?
I think you're like you're valid in wanting, like,
right.
feeling. Like wanting to have a man do certain things. I think, like you said, feminism.
It's a choice.
Feminism,
like you choose your own way.
Yeah,
That's
it
part
doesn't
of
really
it.
like. I personally like. I wouldn't say I'm a feminist. I like the term womanist just because like feminism has
Describe your gender.
Especially like because it's like really started with white women, like the whole and like it's excluded a lot of black women, a lot of trans women. So like when I think of feminism, I know it's changing and it's becoming a lot more inclusive and there's so many different sectors of feminism, but like I don't know.
We talked about that with Jamila Lemieux. Okay. She's really big on feminism, and that was actually one of the conversations we had. Like, how can you view feminism? And both of them, Weezy and Jamila, both differentiated between white feminism and black feminism. But to me, the whole idea of feminism is we're all women still. So I guess womanism is more so inclusive of you feel like everyone. I like that word.
I think there's like a main point that I would like to just make and kind of end it. There's no men here to like sit and bitch about it. But I feel like men always want to throw down our throats that we don't want to split bills. Oh, you a feminist now, but you don't want to da-da-da-da. And so here's my issue with that. We already are making 78 cents to the dollar.
And that was my argument.
And I want to say this one thing to just kind of piece it in and maybe take men and women out of it. If I go out with one of my friends that I make more money than now, I'm generally paying for more of our drinks. I have always across the board expected someone that's making more to spend more. And I'll tell you where we also see it. When I was taking people on lunches, and then I would go to lunches with, let's say, a boss or something like that. Literally in the guidelines for putting in my, what am I saying? The word, when you pay. What's it called? When you put in your expenses, my expense report. It would say the senior person must pay. Right? So I've always just felt like if a man is making more, it does kind of make sense for them to pay. Why have me shell out when I'm still growing?
And Van actually, and that was probably the only part of the conversation. Van was like, I've never heard it said like that, but that's what I said. I said, as women, even though we do have the right to work now and the right to vote, and, you know, we're now, our rights of our bodies are being taken away, but we there has been a lot of rights given to women. In the same breath, we're not given the same exact opportunities because we are paid less, specifically as black women. So as black women, we are like damn near at the bottom of the bottom of the totem pole as far as the gender pay gap. And then of course, when you add the race of us being black women, we're paid even less. So it's just like, to me, we're sitting here at the very bottom. And so if I'm given the opportunity to make less than you, I'm already put at the bottom. Like, how can you sit here and expect me not to want so much?
And that's the thing. It's just like recognizing that. And I'll be honest. The last person I dated seriously was Jeeves, and he didn't make as much money as I made. And I did find myself wanting to pay for things so that I could do them. Like, frankly, like, I didn't want to make him feel uncomfortable if it wasn't in his...
That's cute. That's why I don't date broke niggas.
I mean, it happened to me. I don't want to date a nigga that makes less than me.
Girl,
but
I ain't even gonna hold you. I went to the movies with goddamn Felon Bay, and I told you...
texting the whole time.
Look, no, right? No. I wasn't texting the whole time. But we got in an Uber coming back to my house, and it was only a $7 Uber, and I was like, nigga, you lucky, because I would never pay this goddamn Uber with anybody else. But it's $7. And I literally... And I even told him, like... We're going to the movies. You're paying for my candy. I don't care if it's a $20 box. Like, we're on a date. Like, I don't care. And he makes a lot less than me. He called me a millionaire the whole time, and I was like, so.
I mean, I dated this dude, like, I I would say we hung out like 4 times a week. We went on vacation together. Like I was dating him for about 6 months, like quite a bit of time. And there were things that I wanted to do and include him in. And I knew he liked to take me on dates. Like he totally understood that about me. So if I knew he couldn't afford them and I wanted him to come with me, fucking I paid for it. Now, like, was it ideal? Am I way more happy now that I'm with someone that like can do all of that? Yeah, but still.
What are your thoughts on kind of the split and bill conversation, the courting conversation, but yet still wanting to be a womanist and own your independence and those things? Like, is it kind of a hypocritical line of it? Because I know that's what I read in a lot of the comments, that I was being a hypocrite to saying I was feminist, but yet still expected the patriarchy and gender roles. Like, what are your thoughts on that as someone who is for women and, you know, moving forward in that?
I'm always the person who's like, it's probably a problem, but I'm the one who always wants to pay. Like, I'm the always one like, nah, I got it. Just like,
I feel like that too.
That's who I am.
Again,
and
I can't. And I don't. It's a pride thing.
It might be a pride thing. I don't know, but that's not to say like, you know, like you can't get a trick. Like you can't get somebody to trick on you or to like, you know, spend money on you or something like that. But like for me, like if we're going out to eat, like I don't know. I guess I don't want maybe less in a date situation, but like friends or whatever. Like, I don't want somebody trying to like having to hang something over my head. Like, oh, I paid for you. Or like, you know how petty people are. Like,
so, I mean, in dates, I don't feel that way. But with friendships, sometimes I do.
Right.
Like, and it's not that I've ever felt like a friend would do that to me, but I want to make sure that like I pull my weight.
Right.
And then even to sit with friends that I may be doing
that's
financially better than now.
Yeah.
I've got to.
I don't think this conversation to bring it to friends is completely
but bringing it that way.
Friends thing.
Okay, all right.
I don't think
dates,
it's a friends thing. It's dates, and if you're being with someone, like that's where courting happens. But courting doesn't happen with friends.
But here's the thing.
Facts.
We relating it to dates. I mean, to friendships. I think is the point there, because we see what happens in the dynamic when someone is making more or who's treating who. For example, why am I splitting a bill with you when you invited me out on a date?
Yeah.
That doesn't make fucking sense.
No.
Period. If you wanted to take me, when I tell my homegirls, bitch, come out with me tonight, blah, 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 and they come out the house to get ready with me, I'm not going to front. I get their drink. Like, I invited you. Now, if we make this decision together, like me and my homegirls, like, let's go. But when I invite someone anywhere, I do that. Period. If I invite you to my home and we're going to eat, I think it only makes sense that I pay for the food because I invited you here. I'm hosting you.
Well, that makes sense.
But if I invite anybody to do anything, like,
I think I don't know. For me, I guess I really haven't been on that. I've dated and like been on a lot of dates, but like for the most part, it's kind of like, especially like the first day is kind of like, yeah, you're going to pay. I think that's a little insinuated. And if it becomes an issue, like I might just pay it and whatever, but then I'm like, I don't know how that relationship is
gonna say what.
Like I'm saying, like if I was put in a situation where there was a date and he was like, well, do you want to split it or like da da da, and it was
pay the whole thing if anyone ever asks me that.
Exactly. If it's like that, then I put my card down. Let's like that's it. And now I know
I'll never see them again.
Exactly. Right. And now I know where we stand.
That's not as exactly, I think, and I want to explain this one thing because when it happened to me, I was confused. Remember with the Asian dude I went out with? I was like, what the fuck is this? And it was really that I just didn't find him to be generous or giving enough, and I didn't like it.
Exactly.
Because I knew he had money.
Exactly.
But so there's
that's a big thing. That's a big thing.
But there's a difference between paying for a date because you're genuinely not interested. Like, because I've always said, if I'm on a date and I'm just not having a good time and I don't like the nigga, a free meal isn't worth it. So I'll pay my meal and be like, nice to meet you, thanks. And then that's where we did that. But to just pay it just because you're not into it, I don't understand.
Pay what?
Like, did he ask you to split the bill? What? I don't understand your story that you just said with the Asian.
I thought I talked about it on the podcast. Maybe it was only on my Instagram. So I went out with this Asian dude. Remember, I was into him. Like, we went on a few dates. And when the bill came, he would ask for two.
See, no.
Oh no.
See, because we could both be like, even if you have $5 in your pocket, I have $5 in my pocket. Like, let's figure it out.
Actually,
like,
hold on, wait. The first date we went on. Money. My bad.
I know, but I'm talking about being generous.
It was up here for like $10 10 minutes.
Nah.
And then I realized he wanted to split the bill.
Nah.
So then
Wait, what?
Yes, the check was just...
You went on a second date even though that happened on the first
honestly,
one?
I was really... The date was that good, bro.
No,
so I was like...
That would negate the entire
So here's
date.
what happened. The second date I brought it up, right?
Nah, bro.
He invited me out.
You ain't bring it up as soon as y'all left?
I didn't know what to do. But I knew I really wanted, like, I was really into it. Like, I literally was in the bathroom texting my homegirl about how great it was going. Wow. So here's what happens. I go to work the next day. I'm fucking talking to everybody about it. And they're like, yo, this is crazy. Now, I could bet my life on it. I know he has money. His work is, I don't want to say it but anyway, he's a creative. There's evidence that he's got money. So this was very strange because I knew it wasn't. I'm like, is he not that into me? Maybe this was friendly. So when we went on the second date, he invited me out for drinks. He paid. I said, oh, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I just thought it was weird, like the whole splitting bill thing. And he was like, I'm really sorry if that was offensive to you. He was like, but this is just like how I've kind of been. I don't want you to think that I didn't, I'm not interested. And he was like, I paid for the drinks because, I just didn't think about it. But normally when I have a meal with someone, I do split it. And he was like, that's how I've been. He was like,
I'm disgusted.
Bringing up.
My face is probably showing on YouTube. This just, honestly.
I mean, you could be disgusted,
my
but it
face
happened
is like
to me.
It smells in here.
It is what it is.
Ugh.
I wanted to see him again, and I wanted to figure out what it was. Obviously, I couldn't keep going.
To me, it's less about you having money and more about you being generous.
Yes.
Because if you don't you could have $10 in your pocket and we're going on a date, but if you spend $8 of those dollars and just me knowing that you spent those $8, that shows something.
That's why when I was dating Jeeves, the shit that we would do together and the dates he would take me on, I was so impressed. Everything that I would want to do. Maybe I wasn't fucking eating escargot, which I love, but I mean, he was...
It was actually cheap in Paris.
I mean, yeah, but that's because...
In Paris.
Maybe hamburgers are cheap here, but expensive somewhere else.
Oh, that makes sense.
But I mean, no, I was really impressed with the thought he would put into things, and he knew what the fuck to do with his price range. So I'm like, fuck it. If I want to do some 5-star Michelin shit, I'll pay for you because it's the shit I like. You've made it work enough, but... I couldn't keep it going with this dude because I was like, I see how it works. When I'm with my bitches, I'll get the drinks for one bar, you get it for the second bar. If he can't even think like that, it's just tacky to me.
Yeah.
So, want to dive into myths of feminism. I'm glad we had that conversation. I want you guys to join in the convo with us, share how you feel about it. So myth number 1. Feminists hate men and are anti-men. I've got the bell hooks here. Shout out to my homegirl Gila. She sent this book in the mail to me, and I fucking love it. I want to read this excerpt that I really like. Without men as allies in the struggle of feminist movement, we will not progress. As it is, we have to do so much work to correct the assumption deeply embedded in the cultural psyche that feminism is anti-male. Feminism is anti-sexism. A male who is divested of male privilege, who has embraced feminist politics, is a worthy comrade in the struggle, in no way a threat to feminism, whereas a female who remains embedded to the idea of sexist thinking that men are bullshit, she didn't write that, but you know what I'm saying, and basically thinking and infiltrating that the feminist movement shouldn't include men is a dangerous threat. Women that act like that. And I really like that because it kind of makes me think too about when people talk about not liking white allies that are popular and out there, I really do believe we need white people to sit at them tables that I won't have a seat at and talk about.
How did Obama get in office? Not just by black people.
Right.
I mean, if you want to take it there.
No, I mean, it's just 13% of us, right? Maybe 15 now. I don't know. As far as in the country, but for women, I really like that. I'm not anti-men at all.
So what you're saying is, because I see it on the timeline a lot on Twitter, that a lot of people assume that women who are feminists or all for female power automatically are a niggas ain't shit. It's not the same. Wanting women to have rights, wanting women to be empowered, wanting the sexual liberation of women to just own themselves doesn't automatically mean niggas ain't shit. And I don't know why men, I guess, can't see that we can uplift ourselves and still want them. Because niggas
when
would be
I say niggas ain't shit, it's because y'all be cheating. Y'all be ain't shit because you be fucking a bunch of hoes. That's the shit I be kind of talking about. But not for a second when I talk or joke about that am I ever against men. I love men. I love my male friends. I love male energy.
I'm getting ready for some dick right now.
But remember, like,
me, baby.
when you see feminism on someone's shit, don't just, think you've got to run and be like, this bitch is too much.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's all right.
Sorry, girl, my nail glue spilled all in my purse, so I got a receipt for $8 stuck to my goddamn thing. But my bad. No, so it's funny because the feminism movement right now, niggas hate, and I don't know why. Like,
do they?
I see a lot of men who hate that. Like,
I think it's because of propaganda on TV. Like, listen, a good friend of mine, I fuck with him hard, and a lot of people don't, is Andrew Schultz.
Hell yeah.
Totally, I
don't know who that is.
Hell yeah, what?
A lot of niggas. People will literally question why we keep bringing him on the show or why we're friends.
I mean, honestly, it ain't that much. More people have, and his episode is great.
But I'm saying people still question us aligning ourselves.
But he does it in his skits. He'll make jokes about feminism, right? And so that idea of it, though, is that, women are, he'll say, like, it's always ugly women, or they always look this way, and blah, 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 blah. But that is really what people believe, because that's what we see. It's only funny because we know we really see that shit. We see the idea of feminism looking that way. So I want you guys to all understand, I'm a feminist. I bought some titties. I like it. I shave. I wax. Like, I like wearing lipstick. I don't feel like feminism has a look, and I think that thinking that it's just one way is really the problem.
Is there any other myths about feminism?
I think another myth with feminism is that we don't need it anymore. That I would love to talk about. A lot of people feel like, how the fuck can you, really be a feminist when you're getting paid well? Oh, you're out here, you're an entrepreneur, you're doing your thing, but you're a feminist. Like, what's really wrong? And so what a lot of people don't understand is that, take aside wage gap, take aside housewives, all of that shit. I live in New York City. I literally have been outside for maybe a total of 10 minutes today going train to train, and 4 niggas have catcalled me. How do you think that fucking makes me feel? Does everyone just assume I like it? That is some fucking bullshit. That to me is anti-feminism. Thinking just because a nigga compliments me, I like it. The fucking war against sex workers right now. That's where we need feminism. Look at Alabama, abortions. That's where we need feminism. Like, there's
all over the world, especially,
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my bad.
And this is where we live.
It's all over the world.
I want to talk to about that too, because I feel like that is a huge fucking myth that we don't need it. Stop thinking so fucking small. And even women too, that kind of feel like it's bullshit when women march in the streets. Everyone has, in my opinion, when they speak on feminism, a different idea of what it means to them or a situation. You just talked about one with music, right? Like, when you were growing up, I don't know what Mandy's is. I know when I think of mine, it's definitely being over-sexualized and hyper-sexualized. Like, sometimes I hate that shit. I hate when people tell us we're doing well because we're cute. No, nigga, people can't see us right now. I mean, sure, there's YouTube, but our podcast is because our content is good. Yeah. It's not because we're cute.
And because y'all putting in the hours.
Yeah, yes. I don't know. It's weird because I guess, this is, every time we talk about feminism, I get kind of quiet because I still don't really understand it. I'm here for women's rights. I'm here for sexual liberation and the women empowerment. But to me, it's completely different. Like, I don't think about niggas at all. Like, to me, women empowerment is, and it's why I say I have the best friends ever. Like, women empowerment to me is me and my friends being on the phone for hours about how we're gonna grow our businesses, or just uplifting each other, constantly being around other women. Like, so to me, me having so many female friends right now, and I have so many, that to me is feminism. That to me is me being able to be with a bitch who may look better than me and just be like, bitch, do that shit, and just constantly uplifting every woman that I'm around. That to me is feminism. Like, just me being always around women. And that's it's weird because I was even just telling my friends, I don't know if I want a boyfriend right now because I just am not really around a lot of testosterone. Mm-hmm. Like, outside of fucking the nigga I fuck, I don't even have as many male friends as I had at one time. It's literally nothing but bitches. And I'd be like, bitch, I'm sick of y'all. But I'm just constantly around women. I want to see the women around me grow. And anytime I meet a woman who's in this space, I'm like, how can we work together? And I've just built so many friendships because it's literally just That's feminism to me.
I think it's great that you mentioned that phone call, because a lot of men assume that female bonding has to do over the distaste for men. And not even close. Like, when I get on the phone, like, my girl that sent me this book, you know what I mean? Like, women.
And I think it's important to, like, kind of what you just said. Like, you don't have, like, your idea of feminism, or maybe you don't even have a umbrella term for it.
Right,
you know, like, you're living, you're walking, you're breathing it. And I think that's really important to know. Like, these small gestures, like, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to march in the street. You know, like, you don't.
I ain't getting locked up. I don't be marching.
Right.
Y'all ain't
so,
like me.
I ain't gonna lie, I like protesting.
That's cool. I ain't protesting. I ain't getting locked up. I don't want to be holding the sign. My arms gonna hurt. I don't work out like that.
But, like, supporting women and wanting to, like,
that's just
network, that is
in my own personal life
of feminism.
Yes, that's what I do.
But, like, to be confused about it, I think it's also just because you're not sure, because we look at everyone's different idea and we're like, oh, am I being a feminist? Like, what am I doing actively? And blah, blah, blah. It could be personal, but I think it's just making the conscious decision to see women, right? Like, and acknowledge that there are struggles that they have too, i.e. the catcalling thing, you know, sticking up for women when you see them out, taking care of the women in your life. And as far as taking care of, I mean, emotionally, you know, making sure that you're checking in. And I'm speaking to men right now, because I think girls kind of just innately do it with each other. But, like, yes, call your sisters, call your homegirls, see if they're good. You know, I mean, stop pushing to the side feminism because you think it's one way. Just like you might have even mentioned walking in the street. Just because you won't do that doesn't mean that you're not a feminist, or doesn't mean that you can't sit here and ride for women too. Like, we all have to find, I think, our way of feminism. And I mean, shit, most of the feminism I do, I believe, is on the show, sticking up for women, right? And it's like, okay, how else can I do it? Like, and be active on
expressing yourself, being able to talk about sex freely and in a fun way. Like, I mean, it's the episode with the two guys on here with the toe licking.
That was fun.
Come on.
Listen, we ain't mean all that.
That was fun. And it should be like that.
Right. And I really appreciate those guys for being super open and shit like that. But I also want to talk, like, briefly just about intersectional feminism to the white listeners we have, all 26 of you. I don't know. But I do appreciate white people listening to this show. I feel like you're already on the white path.
On the white path.
Right.
The white listeners are already on the white path. Bitch.
The right, not the damn white is right. I feel like you're on the right path to, like, trying and, like, moving forward with it, but just remember to include other women.
Trans women,
Black women, Latina women, all of us, not just yourselves. I'm always super impressed when I go to a protest and I'll see, like, a white girl that, like, has a sign about Black women or something else. And it's just like, she just wants to get read. Like, a lot of white people feel that guilt. And listen, if you do feel that guilt, right, just like I'm talking about right now, find a way to help another kind of woman other than yourself in any way that you can.
And take yourself out of it.
Yes. Don't make it about
just
you.
Help. Just don't talk about it. Don't make it about you. Just do it.
I actually stopped taking Instagram stories and posting protests because I felt that it looked too try hard and not genuine, because that's the vibe sometimes I get from going to protests when I see white girls out there. I'm sorry to say it, but I have felt that way. Like, it just kind of feels like it's like a picturesque thing and there's no real meaning behind it.
I think maybe in this era of social media, I think that's even why I, aside from not wanting to get locked up and just be in the mix, but to me, the protest now has become very not clickbait, but like clout chasing almost. Like, where, oh my God, this is a thing and I'm fighting for a cause. Let me go walk. And honestly, they're out there just taking pictures with their signs. It's all becoming like things just to go viral or to be posted online.
Literally, when you're walking sometimes, I don't know if, like, any of you have ever seen this or ever walked or whatever, but, like, I'll be walking, talking to someone. We'll just be, like, collecting our thoughts. And, like, literally, you have to, like, take a step because someone's posting
taking
it.
Taking
a picture or on their phone.
Posting.
And it's, like, engage in this shit, bro. Like, understand what we're doing. Understand why we're out here. Like, this is my purpose. Like, I'm doing this for you and other people. But, like, you do. And that's the weird thing. Because if we do post it, other people do want to become a part of something. But for me right now, it's just been a weird place to like post that shit. I don't know.
I agree.
You know, it's hard. It feels like you need fucking accolades just to fucking say, hey, I'm out here for the girls. You spent more time making that sign than you really have, like being out here for bitches, in my opinion. And I say bitches with all respect. But anyway, I also thought it would be good to like kind of end this before we get into our home mail by talking about a guy in our life that we, or a man, maybe anyone we know personally, each that has, we feel is feminist or been in support of us.
All my sugar daddies.
That's feminism.
It is. Well, like even with the show, like, and I don't want to call them sugar daddies because they listen to the show. So my friends, like even they, like there's one who came to a few of the shows. He came to 2 of the shows during this leg, but he also was like, listen, I just want to support you. So he paid for my hotel rooms in Houston. And then the other one that I mentioned, when I started this show, he was super into just supporting. And I said I wanted to get into the editing. He bought my MacBook Pro just because I was like, and Chris came over and I was like, I don't know how to do this. Can you help teach me? But he's just been supportive all the way. He sent me this other thing. Like anytime he finds anything about podcasting and stuff like that, he sends it. And literally it's so odd because they've all seen me grow from like literally needing them to now just them wanting to just show support. They're like, I know you don't need anything anymore. So them investing themselves into me and being here for what we do, like them even being okay with sharing our sexual escapades, and they'll literally send me snaps and stuff like them of them listening to my show in the car, and I'm
dope.
like, oh my God, you're listening.
It's great
but,
to
like,
see
just
that people that
what
like
we're doing.
you've had like a romantic relationship with,
and they listen to
support
all that
your
shit.
business.
No, but supporting it in this way where we're being completely open about sucking dick and it ain't theirs because they know when I'm talking about them and when I'm not. So just having like people who support what we do, we feel that we are a podcast where we empower other women, we talk about sexual liberation, and we're doing it in kind of a taboo fashion. And so to have men who I have been intimate with not shame me and not look down on me, but literally be like, powerful. You're a superstar, like what you're doing is making a difference and I'm so proud of you. That to me is means more than anything for men to support what we're doing.
Yeah. What about you?
I think
I'll look closer.
Oh, right. I mean, my husband, Simon, is just like been a huge supporter of what I do and taught me a lot about, you know.
Now, for those of you who haven't looked her up yet, Mars has a bunch of pictures with her gorgeous kid hanging from her titty all over the world. You've taken these pictures, and I want you to talk about that a little bit, like being and just with your body.
And just like it kind of to like very similar to what you're saying, like being with somebody where I could just be myself.
That's so important.
You know what? I could be naked. I could wear what I want without feeling shamed. I could. Whatever, you know, I could be myself, and I never thought I would get married. I never thought that this is how my trajectory would be, and it could only have worked with somebody who allowed me to like move the way I move. That's and like dope. Be free.
And it takes a very secure man to be with a woman who is so invested in her sexuality and like open about it. Like just men don't know what to do with that because we always attach that.
People don't know what to do with that.
You're a hoe, you're a slut.
Right.
Like people, you're right. I'm sorry. But and I think maybe the pressure from men specifically, though, has hindered women from doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to say maybe a friend and a lover. So 2 friends come to mind, a dude named Juan, I know from Orlando, and I know I don't text you back all the time, and I'm really sorry, but I'm really grateful for the text messages that you send me about how proud you are of me. And another friend, AJ, he was saying to me once, friend of mine, when we were in LA and we were eating, he was like, yo, everybody used to like, talk shit to me, like when I was hanging out with you, they'd be like, yo, that girl's crazy, she's a hoe, she's this and that. And he was like, now niggas write me when I'm with you and they're like, how do you know Weezy? And it was like crazy to hear that. Like knowing someone over 10 years and they say that shit. And he's never told me that people said that to him when he was my friend. But it's just funny how the tables turn. So to know that there's a man in my life that like brushed that shit by, platonic friendship, and like still was like, nah, that's my bitch, you know? And then I'll give a shout out to someone I'm fucking, I guess. Beard Bay is a guy I've been dating for a few months and like so fucking dope. This nigga is like he made a joke once that he was like a fan, and like I really feel that, like knowing that he listened to our show, or like, yeah, I just got done, and coming to one of my shows, and like anytime we meet someone, just piping me up, it's so fucking dope. Like almost more than I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I love that. Just being excited about me and Mandy, just like calling me to tell me how great things are, or how he loves these clips. Like, even when I'm talking about other niggas, you gotta be a really secure motherfucker to do that. And then tell a friend in their face, like, yo, she be telling this story about this nigga, and da-da-da-da. But I'm with him.
It's so refreshing.
Oh my God.
Like being able to be open with somebody, honest with somebody, like with yourself, it's so refreshing.
And women have always associated too, like possessiveness with men caring about you. Men acting a little crazy with them caring about you, or men wanting you to themselves or not showing anybody anything as like them caring. Because I've had someone tell me like, he let you do that, he don't give a fuck. And it's like, yeah,
Right.
You know, stop thinking that. Men, let the women that you're with open themselves up a little more and be comfortable enough around you to love you more. I really think that shit is important. So before we get out of here, I think there is a good question I kind of want for you, because, you know, you just told us you had an ex and got married. I just got dumped. I'm ready to move on quick. However, even when lots of guys willing to hook up, I'm terrified and I always back out. Should I wait until the breakup is less fresh, or should I just push myself out there? Thanks for being my best friends through this hard time. How do you guys feel? It's a very simple question, but I like that. Do you heal from the breakup? Do you start going out? What do you guys think about that? What is the...
You do what makes you feel good, but it's not... I want to, like, makes you feel good, but hopefully, like, in the healthiest way that you can, because breakups can be hard. But look, I was in a not a good place when I broke up with my ex, and that shit just came, like, it was just like came blindsided, spotted, whatever.
I'm big with energy, and so I feel like one of the worst things you can do when you have all of these emotions and you're sad and you're upset that it didn't work out and you're doing all this, one of the worst things you can do is try to hide those emotions by being around other people, because what you actually do is you exert that energy to the other person.
Well, you're masking your
all of
pain
with just being around other people. Yeah. And so I don't like that. I have also been around people who either had just gotten out of a breakup and things like that. And little do you know, even though you're in the company of someone else, you bring up a lot of the things that happened because you feel like you want to vent, you want to get over it, and you project a lot. And like I said, with just the energy of being around somebody, I think, and it's what I've said in a past episode, in order to find happiness in other people, you first have to find happiness within yourself. So if you can't genuinely be happy in your own space or in your own home or in the room by yourself or at work, if you're genuinely not happy with where you are, you can't at all expect to find happiness from someone else.
I think
sit with your pain. Like,
yes, I was just gonna say it.
Like, sit with your pain. A lot of times, like, you need that pain to, like, in order to heal.
It's just not fair to someone else.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Have you, I mean, I'm sure we've all like dated someone that like was kind of talking about.
I just be in situationships in real life, but I mean,
I've been with someone that like had some past like
know
ex
what
shit,
I broke up for,
or they weren't like all the way broken up, and I felt like it was baggage into what I had with them.
That do be having it, like,
that's what I meant, but we all
broke up, but they not, like, the breaks.
Like, fucking let go of that shit, bro. Like, don't bring that to me. Like, give me the honor of being with someone that's ready for this shit.
And find other things that make you happy. Like, you could find, like, you could, like, really turn your pain into, like, what motivates you to, like, be the next, like, big thing in your life.
Bitch, right.
I think that's the best thing to say about that. Find other things that make you happy.
Because you don't have to find happiness in other people, other relationships. Like, find it in a hobby.
And that's why I haven't been dating. I feel like for a little bit. Well, not only have I been really, really busy, but like for such a long time, especially with the online dating, just a lot of dates that I went on was just bad. And I was like, not only am I wasting time, I just want to spend time around people that make me happy. And I know I'm happy, so why am I wasting time with niggas that is just whack? So I've been cussing out all my friends. I'm like, I blame them for why I'm single right now. I'm like, bitch, we just went on tour. I was around friends the entire tour. I'm planning trips. I went to the fucking Dreamville. Like every weekend I'm making plans with my friends. And I'm like, y'all, the reason I'm single, because I'm so happy, but I'm even happier around y'all, that now I have no time to date. I don't want to be around niggas unless I'm getting fucked.
But that's honestly when you end up finding someone. Like,
I'm waiting. All my friends still like trying to have me connect.
When you grow your circle and your like your life around different shit, and you schedule that shit, and you're like growing your own happiness from within, that shit works. Bro, I always say like just one thing I was just thinking about. The best bodies come from breakups. Like whenever I get broken up with, it's like immediate thing. I'm like, hair changes or something, and then I'm in the gym like crazy.
You did get real skinny after Loverboy. Bitch, you was sad. That's when you and Alex was really in the gym like all the time.
I know. Yo, because he was going through a breakup, and I was like, yo, fuck
y'all, break up at the same time. That's right.
Yeah, and like, you know, it just happened.
Look at art. Look at everything that comes out of pain, like all the beauty that comes out.
Adele ain't gave us shit.
I know. Fuck the Confessions album. Lemonade. Hello.
Bell Hooks talks about Lemonade. You might want to look that up after this.
Ooh, I will.
She goes in on Beyonce.
Does she?
Kind of crazy.
Oh,
what?
Kind of crazy.
Don't come for us. Come for Bell Hooks, ho.
Come for Bell Hooks. I mean, Lemonade, I fucking loved because I was just saying to my mom in the car, we were talking about, I played Old Town Road for my mom and she loved it. She's like,
take my horse to the Old Town Road. Right.
Yo, the way the kids react to that song.
Oh, that was so sweet.
It was so cute.
It was like, I was telling her, my mom was like, doesn't Beyonce have a country song? And I was like, Daddy Lessons in Lemonade. I'm like, this bitch came out with an album, a visual album, a country song, all because a nigga ain't shit. I'm telling you, heartbreak really fucking brings some shit, bro.
Even Beyonce could get cheated on, so.
Say that shit.
Well, I have no faith in anybody. Like literally,
Halle Berry.
This is why I make the choice to be ethically non-monogamous and then like just enjoy other people because I cannot be Beyonce.
Well, you said it in one of the last episodes. Like Lauren London said, one of the best things, like you don't possess people, you experience them.
Exactly.
And so I think that's like one of the best things I'd be experiencing, niggas.
Yeah.
I sure do.
We have to stop putting so much ownership on people. Like, that shit is
including men with women. So, again, even with what you said, just allowing women to be women. And if you want to get a clear idea of feminism, it's literally not feeling like we shouldn't do anything. It's allowing us to be who we are, to experience ourselves, to learn the same privilege that men have. That's what feminism is. It's literally you not saying a woman shouldn't, couldn't, do anything, but just allowing us to kind of just be our own human being.
And that's actually a really good thing, what you said. So when you were saying gender roles, right? You're saying you agree with them. Mm-hmm. You agree with them.
I want to do that.
Right. Yeah. You do. And you made that choice, not because the dude is saying you should.
That I should.
So that is also a choice too, to be in that role. But if a woman doesn't want it, don't sit here and tell me I'm less of a woman because I don't do laundry and I don't cook for niggas and da-da-da-da. I'm not saying that's me, but there are a lot of women like that. And if that's her choice, and there's a man for her too. Because not every nigga need that.
Well, we didn't have the whole episode. Y'all came for us, BK Chat, when she was like, I got my pussy, that's all he need. And we, at that point in the show, we couldn't understand, like, bitch, all you're offering to a nigga is your pussy?
Well, here's the thing, though.
Wait, what?
The statement that she made. The statement that she made. I don't even think we have to put cooking, cleaning, house shit out of it. Like, if you're saying a dude should be just happy with your pussy, I think it's dismissive to a person because...
Yeah, that too.
First off, like... I'm gonna be real with you. People, since I've had Scissors, who's my shorty, on my gram, more frequent, women are throwing way more pussy at me. And it be making me think, they be like, yo, I bet you want to take it, and they'll send me pictures. I'm like, bitch, you think other bitches don't want to fuck me? What the fuck is wrong with you? Girl tried to kiss me at our live show in LA, on the fucking mouth.
Nah.
Yeah.
Boundaries.
And to me, I really hate when people put so much fucking, don't get me wrong, value your body and know you're the shit, but don't really sit here and think your pussy is that gold that that's all you need.
But not only that,
that's what I got from that episode.
But even the feminism ways, we got Meg Thee Stallion. Shout out to Meg. Y'all know she need to come on Horrible Decisions. But there's been a video going around where she was just performing and a girl slapped her ass, and Megan turned around but even as women of sexual liberation and women empowerment, you need to allow just because you're a woman doesn't mean you can
I am so glad we talking about this.
Yes.
Because I didn't think to talk about that, but women are violating as fuck.
No, they've been violating us all tour. I will say there's been quite a few women have asked.
I love when they ask.
Can I grab your ass? Can I touch your tits? They've been wanting to touch me and Wheezy. And a lot of them do ask, but there have been times where
and then you get to choose.
We get to choose if they can or not. And it depends on our mood. But a lot of women still have otherwise just grabbed us without asking, and it's just like a little weird. Like,
the men that have came, I have to be like, I can't believe I'm even saying this. Any man that has come to the show has been so kind during meet and greet.
Yeah, they have.
Like, yo, Mandy, I'm like, can I take a pic? Can I touch your booty? Like, is it cool? And like, totally like accepting if she says no.
Yeah.
But like the girls,
the girls have been ready.
Look, if you ever get pregnant, it's crazy. That's a whole nother conversation. Like the touching,
that's so crazy.
Like, yo.
Oh, you're touching your stomach and shit. Like, fuck.
Yes. Just walking up.
No.
Like.
People you don't know.
Excuse. So I had to like build this armor around me when I was pregnant with my daughter, because like people think that you
don't want that energy.
No,
touching your goddamn child.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
It's so
I believe
crazy.
That. I believe that.
I want to bring up one thing that I actually had in here as a myth.
You've been saying that all episode. I want to bring up one more thing.
Because I have so many fucking thoughts on feminism that are constantly like in my mind that I feel like people misconstrue. But one of the myths I had in there, I skipped over because of time, was feminists can't listen to rap. I want to just say,
oh damn, we can't have nothing.
Female rap is so fucking important, and this is why we all have to make sure, women too, that we're not pitting rappers against each other, right? Like, it's so important to have...
Chase a nigga, I don't even chase liquor.
Like, sorry. It's so fucking dope to talk about that shit. Men have been doing it for so long. Like, let's fucking talk about our own bodies with women. I love that shit. And like worshiping our bodies and ourselves.
But it's not only men doing it either. It's women doing it too.
Women are pinning each other against other women.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Women are fucking
like, imagine how dope a Cardi and Nicki, like if they came together.
I mean, but Nicki's mad insecure, so she won't do it.
But like,
y'all know
imagine.
I'm here for Nicki. Nicki's so basic.
Here's the truth.
They be coming for me. I don't like her.
They definitely put them together, but they did show us a little bit of Nicki that sucked.
Basic.
But I do kind of feel bad when they compare looks and shit like that with these women, because I've never seen them do that with niggas, and it's over sexualizing women, just like they wanted to do with you, and it sucks. It's like, goddamn, let the girl rap. Like, talking about Meg Thee Stallion's body, like, which is sick.
Oh no, her body is bomb. I mean, right? We ain't talking about how big Yo Gotti forehead is, and that shit's fucking huge. We let these ugly ass niggas rap, and they be like, "Ooh, he not even cute." That shit go way back here. Like, we gotta start calling them niggas out. Let's pin them against each other. Hey,
Ava DuVernay tweeted this shit. Hey, Wiz. She said, "To be a woman who loves hip hop at times is to be in love with your abuser." Ava DuVernay said that in 2015.
Oh wow!
And to what?
To love a rapper is to be in love with an abuser.
To be in love with hip hop is to love your abuser sometimes. That's what she wrote. To be a woman that loves hip hop. Yeah. And
there's a really good hip hop feminist book that you might like. It's called When the Hens Come Home to Roost or something
When
like
the
that.
Hens Come Home to Roost?
Something like that.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's why I put problematic feminist, because I've had so many people in my messages when I like post nasty ass songs like, wow, but like it's talking about bitches and hoes.
That's fine. Tip
like,
drill.
Listen,
I be
make
turning my
the choice to pop my pussy.
Say that shit.
Ma'am. So fuck it. I'm problematic as fuck then, because I like to be called a slut when I'm getting fucked.
That's the one word.
I can't do bitch, but I can do slut.
I like bitch, but I don't want to be slut.
But didn't she direct like Jay-Z and Beyonce's music video?
Yeah, but I'm assuming like she said sometimes, like women in hip hop sometimes. So I'm assuming like the hip hop that's like against women.
Oh, well, I love it now, especially city girls.
The book is called When Chicken Heads Come Home to Roost.
Oh, when chicken
heads come home to roost. That's like cute as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I didn't know. Oh no, I was thinking. So back in the day, like we used to do, like we had basketball teams. This was like elementary school, and we could come up with our own names, and we named ourselves the Project Chicks. But I didn't know what that meant back then. Okay. But that's when the song was out. Give me a project chick, and I was like, I didn't know it was a bad thing until people were like, you want to be called what? And I was like, give me a hood rat. No, okay, well that's what I wanted to be called, was Project Chicks back in the day. But I also wanted, my dream car was an Impala with chameleon paint job and rims. So don't judge me, okay? Florida shit. Sorry.
Oh, you from Florida?
Yeah, so I didn't know what a project was. That's up here. I didn't know basically what project was. We call it the hood.
Okay.
Yeah, there were no jacks.
There was no jacks like that. Like, we ain't
have-
got buildings tall. Like, niggas still live in houses in the hood. Like, nice houses.
Damn, that's some Florida
bedroom
shit,
houses,
dog.
bitch.
That house, them hood ass houses in Pine Hills.
Bitch.
Oh boy, imagine
down.
in Brooklyn.
Yeah, no. Like, so, you know, you still have a yard in the hood. Right. So it's just like, you know.
Same in California.
Yeah,
You know, so
It's
it's
like
just
a
different. So
residential suburb,
I
like
know what the fucking project
crazy,
was.
but then it's hood.
Look at baby boy. That nigga got a backyard, bitch. She had our garden and the tomatoes.
Okay, so where can our listeners find you if they're interested in following you and your photos and everything you do?
Instagram, Marzy Jane, MARZY Jane, MarzyJane.com.
Do you have any projects like?
Yeah, I wrote a baby book.
Oh, nice.
It's cute. What else? Yeah, I'm doing a lot of stuff with the magazine. The last issue we did, I interviewed Solange.
I saw that shit.
It was cute. Yeah, I'm working on a documentary.
Damn.
So
Well, we'll keep you guys updated. The magazine, also the books in which we referenced during this episode, we'll go ahead and put in the description. But we want to thank you for coming in. And as you guys know, we want to give a huge shout out to all of our patrons. Because of you, we were able to do the tour. And so if you guys are not yet, or if you guys are already caught up on all of our episodes and you can't get enough of Weezy and I and all of our great guests that we have on the show, please become a patron at patreon.com/Whoreible Decisions. That's how you're going to find it, because we do have a 18 plus setting, so we don't pop up in the search. But for just $5 a month, you guys get 3 bonus episodes. At the top tier of $15, we give you guys the opportunity to have merch. We are looking to possibly start a store as well. Be in the look for that to come. But you still will only be able to get t-shirts for now if you are a patron. So again,
And our patron shirts, the ones that you have seen, we will not be selling those shirts. Those are never going to be purchased.
Those are never,
Those are only going to be for people that are patrons of the show. So when you see them, you know.
Yeah, we want to thank you all so much. And as always, we're going to leave you guys with a clip from one of our bonus episodes. But we want to thank Mars for coming into the studio today.
Fun.
And this has been yet another episode of Whoreible Decisions. Bye.
That's it for today's show. You're about to enjoy one of our Patreon clips. But we did want to, once again, give a big thanks to our sponsors, True & Company, that best-selling True Body collection in over 70 wire-free options. You'll want them all. It's an amazing bra. 6 years of collecting data from 7 million women to make a game changer. TrueandCo.com/Whoreible, 15% off on your first bra with them. You can lounge in it, work out in it, wear it as a fucking top like I did this weekend. Whatever. Just DM me the picture of your titties in it. I would appreciate that. Use the code Whoreible. 15% off. But I do want the tit pics in return. Thanks.
It's bonus, bitch.
Oh, it's
hey,
on?
y'all.
I can't see.
Yeah, it's on. We are starting.
I'm high as fuck. We just did an episode with some girls that have a podcast about tripping on shit, and I'm high as fuck.
You know what I mean? Well, hey guys, it's another bonus episode. Before we start, I want to shout out to all of you who have supported our brand. Y'all are real ones. Y'all really are. Also, shout out to Dread. I have the picture.
Oh, we gotta sign
We're gonna
it.
sign
Bring
it.
Sharpie?
Dread, yes. Thank you for getting us. Somehow we finally got our mail, which we have a very hard
I'm
time
about to
getting
get
our
a
mail
P.O. box, and we could start getting shit sent there.
because it was almost impossible. But Dread, shout out to you. We're going to be sending your signed photo back. Thank you for being a longtime supporter of us, as always. So before we start,
Everybody else like, what about me, bitch? I've been
I
loving
know,
y'all.
yeah. But before we start, I guess we're going to start up with a quick catch up, because the last few, we did have a couple solo bonus episodes. So now Weezy and I are back in the motherfucking studio. And I guess, do you have, what you want to catch up real quick with them all? Anything new?
I went to Miami with Bearded. We had a long ass vacation. We got along great. I feel like I should tell all this on the regular episode. Saw Jesus and Mero, that was lit. Got some new dick. Been on some dates. I've been on a roll, dog.
You got a lot going on.
I've just been like really trying to take in the open relationship energy, because when I'm falling for someone, it's very hard for me to stay or stay on that path of like, oh, let's explore, because I'm so in love in that moment.